Hi, just checking that everything's working. Camera and sound are good. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Okay, hi everyone, welcome. I'm gonna get started in just really short amount of time from right now. I uh, I want you to drink some water. Today is for this recording in this class. Today's July 20th. And it's really hot where I am. In fact, my air conditioning's on, which is unusual. I am in Florence in Italy, and it's about 95 degrees today. So I'm drinking water, and I just put a piece of lemon, if you can see that, and watermelon with a little bit of water over it in this jar. And I'm going to drink it because I'm thirsty. I noticed that I'm not hydrated enough. And I want to make sure that you are also thinking about your hydration, not like in an obsessive way, but just in a way so that you're noting it, just in a mindfulness way where you're observing yourself and giving to yourself what you need when you can. So, one of those things may be water or watery foods. I really love watermelon. I've been enjoying it so much this summer, really more than ever in my life. Feel free to drink anytime you want during today's class. This class is for fertility and for pregnancy. And I started teaching it for fertility because I know that there's a need. And online, I feel like is a perfect environment to support you in your fertility because you can be kind of private about it. It's very personal, and you can do the work in the privacy and the environment of your own private space. And really, also, that's a great way to hook into your own inner life, inner thoughts, inner realm. And of course, that's also true for pregnancy, for postpartum, for any time in your life, right? The home practice, the privacy of your own space, and what you can learn in that kind of space, it can be very deep. So I think that the online classes are a perfect opportunity for fertility and also for pregnancy. And I hope that these classes are helping you. What you have in common, those of you working with fertility, what you have in common with pregnancy is that you need to balance the hormones and you need to cultivate an ability to be relaxed and as stress-free as you can. And maybe that seems idealistic, and maybe it is, but to reduce tension and stress will only enhance your ability to receive life into your body and then give birth. And those of you that are pregnant, the more you can be free of stress and more content and happy in your own life in a natural welling up way, and the more you can be empathetic towards others and compassionate and really naturally loving and giving and part of a larger whole, a community or a larger whole of humanity, the better of an environment that is for your baby as your child develops within you. And so the poses that we do are to help cultivate that, to balance the hormones, to reduce stress, to build strength, to soften the abdominal area so that you can not have tension or restriction there. And so that when you're pregnant, you can actually grow and be as open and as full and as large as you and your baby need you to be. So those are just some of the things that are happening in these classes. Please come into a comfortable sitting position up on some kind of elevation so that your pelvis is slightly tilted forward. That means that your pubic bone is slightly dropping down towards the floor. You could sit cross-legged. You could even be straight-legged, any position. You could sit on your heels, right? Sit with your legs folded up on your heels, but have something under your buttocks so that your pelvis is slightly tilted. This preserves the tissue of your pelvic floor and also helps you to lengthen and extend upright through the torso so that you can be long and lengthy through the trunk instead of compressing at all or shrinking down. And if you can feel the spine as you're sitting upright and tall, then you can note that there's space between each vertebrae of the spine, that you're making length and space in the bones of the spinal column, and that also affects like the whole torso, right? The bones of the rib cage, where your internal organs are, where your baby is placed, and also the placenta. Spaciousness in the torso the whole time. From here, you can drop your chin a little bit so that your chin is level with the floor. If you lift the crown of your head upwards, that will lengthen the back of your neck and bring your throat, your jaw line into like this neutral position. Keep your head centered and upright over your shoulders and your shoulders upright over your pelvis. Let your legs relax and descend. Even let your buttocks descend. So it's pretty subtle to feel that, but you're really sitting firmly on whatever you're sitting on in whatever position you're in. And that will help you lengthen and extend upright in the trunk. Take your arms out to the sides and turn your upper arms from the inside towards the outside so that your palms rotate open. This is my left arm, and I broke it as a child, so sometimes it might look funny because it actually heals kind of funny. It doesn't hang totally straight. So don't let that distract you, but I am just pointing it out today. Rotate your arms open even more so that you feel that your collarbones are broad, that your shoulders are rolling down your back, and that your chest in front is really broad and open and also lifting upwards. Reach all the way through to the fingertips. You can pull your fingers apart to stretch your palms or spread your palms. Don't let your fingertips touch the floor. So you have to have your hands far enough away from you that your fingertips aren't touching the floor. Again, relax the legs, descend the buttocks, lift the torso from bottom to top to lift your chest. And then bring your hands around in front of you in namaste position, not closing off that upper chest area. So if when you brought your hands in, you kind of rounded your upper body, you have to again, extend your arms, rotate the arms open, and then bring your hands in front of you whenever you can. Go ahead from here and close your eyes from top to bottom and begin to be aware of your breath and breathe long, slow, and deep. And if you can breathe in and out through your nose, please do that. And if you need to have your eyes open, you can also have them open. Breathing long, slow, and deep right now, keeping the posture of the sitting position. Bring your attention also to the outline shape of you as you're sitting here, so that you can note the shape of you right now by noticing the outline shape. And then draw your attention inward from that outline shape. Breathing slowly and deeply. And then you can keep your hands as they are if you like that and it feels good and comfortable and grounding. Another option would be to take one hand to your belly and one to your heart, your chest area, or maybe even both hands to the belly. So you have some options. And now, instead of breathing long, slow, and deep with conscious effort, allow yourself to breathe and just let the breath take on the length and the pace that it just wants to do naturally. It might still be long, slow, and deep, but you don't have to try to adjust the breath like that. Notice your breath. Feel the body. If you're pregnant, be aware of your baby growing inside of you, and you can connect in your own personal way with your growing baby. And if you're working with fertility, you could call in the spirit or the energy of a child that's right for you and for your family and for the baby. You could just explore that idea inwardly and just see where your consciousness takes you with awareness of the yet unborn child that's not planted in you yet either. Letting the awareness also stay with your breath and with feeling the body. And then notice the breath that you're on, and when you exhale next, after you finish that exhalation, go ahead and let your hands come to your thighs, palms down. And when you're here with the hands, palms down on the legs, feel yourself very grounded and stable, connected to the earth, and also connected to the moon and the sky above. Feel yourself as whole and as the woman that you are. And you can keep your eyes closed if that's comfortable, or have the gaze be however you want, but making sure that the best you can, you're keeping your attention on yourself so that the mind is practicing self-awareness. It's a mindfulness practice, meaning that you're gently again and again bringing your attention to yourself and what you're doing. So it's the yoga practice that you're doing. So lift the torso upright, lift the chest, and let the head drop over to one side. You can drop to the left or the right. Try to keep the collarbones broad, keep the chest lifting, relax the legs, and relax the arms. Be aware of your breath. On an inhalation, let the inhalation lift the head upright to center. Align the chin, the jawline with the floor, lifting the crown of the head, and then let the head drop over to the other side. Keep the shoulders descending down your back as you lift your chest, and keep your head dropping to the side, but not leaning over there to that side, so that that side of your neck that has more length and space is really opening up, and that tension is being allowed to release from there. And then on an inhalation, you can inhale your head back to center. From here, inhale and squeeze the shoulders up, and exhale, release. Every time you inhale, you lift the shoulders. You can even kind of lift the elbows. I find lifting my elbows helps me lift the shoulders. And then every exhalation, there's just like a releasing and a letting go. You can have your eyes closed. You could focus if your eyes are closed at the third eye here between the eyebrows and a little inward. And just inhale and exhale and just keep moving, right? Just keep moving. Don't inhale so strongly that you lift your shoulders and then it feels like you're adding tension or something. I mean, a little squeeze is good, but go ahead up and down and any pace you want. I'm going to start doing it in a moment here, but you don't have to go at the pace that I'm going at. Go at your own pace, working with your breath, focusing inward, focusing on yourself. Okay, so then now when you're ready, inhale and squeeze the shoulders up. Squeeze, 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 and exhale out your mouth with a ha as you let go. And then we're going to do one more like that. Inhaling. Squeeze, 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 and then exhale the ha. And then this time, just sit in stillness. You probably feel a little quieter anyway. Palms can be palms up. Point your fingers and thumbs together. Sit tall. Eyes closed or open. Observe the meditative mind. Quiet, open, stillness. If your eyes are closed, you can open them now. Take one hand to the floor, the other arm up towards the ceiling or the sky above, and then just reach over to the side. When you reach over to the side, try to keep that buttocks that's down there that wants to lift up. Try to keep it dropping. And then you inhale, come up to the center, and then exhale over to the other side. So it's really easy when you extend over to one side. This is my right, that the left buttock wants to lift, that opposite buttocks wants to lift. So to help you get more out of it, keep that buttocks dropping. So every time you inhale, you're coming to the center. Every time you exhale, you're going over to one side. And the hand that's on the floor, it's just somewhere on the floor that's comfortable. You can bend that arm. You can bend the upper arm, but make sure you're not just crashing over there to that side, but that you're actually trying to lengthen and extend towards the ceiling, way over there on that side of you, whatever side you're extending towards, so that you're kind of reaching over towards the ceiling beyond you. Or I have a wall right there. It's like through the wall, the upper part of the wall, into the space beyond this room. Every time you inhale, you're coming back to center. Every time you exhale, you're lengthening out. Or if you're doing the opposite way of breathing, it's also fine. It's just moving with the breath. And I don't know, maybe I said it the opposite way when I first was explaining this. It doesn't matter. Just inhaling and exhaling with the movement. Feeling that nice side extension, opening up the body, allowing yourself to go at a different pace, even the movement different, from other things you're doing, maybe other exercise that you're doing. And then just a few more. Make sure you end on the opposite side of where you started so you're even. Come back to center, point your fingers and thumbs together, Jhana Mudra. You can close your eyes, lift the crown of the head, let the buttocks descend. Quiet mind. Breathe normally. And then you can open your eyes if they're closed. Stretch your legs out in front of you, so however you need to do that. Or maybe they're already straight, that's fine. Stretch them out in front. If they're folded, make sure you point and flex your feet a few times. You could even bounce your legs a little bit. And then I'm on 3 blankets here. I'm going to come so that I'm not on quite so much height. So I'm just 2 blankets, or it could be 1. But do be on something. Some elevation will be good. And stretch your legs wide. So they're wide, like a wide V, something that's pretty comfortable, but also feels like you're lengthening your legs fully. Flex your feet, pull your toes apart any amount you can. And it's very similar action. You're going to inhale here in the center, exhale over to the side. So you can just observe and then begin. And you could look forward as you exhale over to the side, or I'm pulling off my prop, or you could look down at your leg as you exhale. Both ways are fine, or you could even vary it. Inhaling to the upright center and exhaling over to one side. I see I'm slipping here because I'm on this little cloth. Then if you want, feel like it would be nice for you and not strenuous in any way, you can exhale the upper arm over the head each time, and maybe you touch the toe of the opposite foot, or maybe not. You could look forward like I'm doing right now, that look forward at you, or you could look down at the leg, just like before, and you can vary it, inhaling up, exhaling over. And just keep going, keep your legs flexing, right? Keep pulling your toes apart. You can adjust your arms however you want. And then come back to the center as you inhale. Make sure you do an even amount on both sides. From here, draw your legs forward. It's very slippery with the cloth. You can sit however you want. I'm going to sit cross-legged, and I'm going to change the cross of my legs. I suggest you do that too. If you were sitting cross-legged before, and now you're again cross-legged. Sit tall. This time, take your hands palms up, and just like simple, soft palms and fingers. Close your eyes. Be aware of your breathing. And for a very short time, when you inhale, breathe into the belly, the area near the pubic bone, and up from there, near the navel, and to the sides of the navel. and maybe a tiny bit above the navel, maybe to the waist, but then down towards the pubic bone. Every time you inhale, you expand in that area, and every time you exhale, you relax in that area. Okay, and you can keep doing that kind of breathing if you want, just that gentle belly breath. Open your eyes if they're closed. And then from here, extend your arms out in front of you, just out from the shoulders, shoulder width apart. Pull your fingers apart, palms facing each other, fingers facing each other. And then draw the shoulder blades down the back, lift your chest. And then turn the arms so the palms face the ceiling. So that would be similar to action in the very beginning when I had you turn your upper arms from the inside towards the outside. It turned the palms away from you or even towards the space behind you. So it's the same thing. You're going to rotate your upper arms from the inside towards the outside so the palms face the ceiling, or maybe they turn a little bit towards either wall, either side of the room that you're in. Be here, drop your buttocks, lift your ribcage in your chest. And without moving the low back, really moving the torso very much at all, take your arms up. Trying to keep your arms as straight as you can, pulling your shoulders, your shoulder blades down your back. I can go about this far before my arms want to bend. Trying not to let the ribs in the front of the body push forward, or that back waist push forward. Straight arms. If you want to take your arms wider than your shoulders, that's also okay. Straight arms best you can. Lift the ribcage and the chest. Drop your buttocks. Relax your legs. And extend your arms. Pull your fingers apart. Rotate your arms open. And breathe, either totally normally, or you could still breathe that belly breath you're practicing. And then go ahead, you can relax and just let your arms come all the way down, kind of dangling at your sides off the sides of your shoulders there. And then from here, you could sit cross-legged, or I'll also show you, you could take your legs wide, like a mini V shape, whereas before they were wider. And then take your hands and turn the fingers so that they're facing you. So like this, and put them on the floor. So you're spreading your fingers wide and turning your hands here. So then now, if this isn't comfortable for you because maybe your belly is big because you're later in pregnancy, or just your hamstrings are tight, here's another option. You can sit on your heels here, and maybe take the blankets behind your buttocks, and then it's the same here. Maybe I'll go on the floor here. So you're leaning a little forward and having your palms best you can on the floor, fingers pulled apart, and then straight arms, lift the ribcage and the chest. So this is important. Pull your fingers apart, spread the palms, push the palms down, push the fingers down. So this is important to do. I want you to practice this. So if how I'm sitting right now doesn't work for you, try it cross-legged. If that doesn't work, try it with your legs like a V, like I was showing. Something in your body so that you can have your arms straight, your chest lifting, your fingers pulled apart, and your palms and fingers pressing down into the floor. And then bend your arms any amount you can so your elbows are moving towards your body. It's really intense on the wrist. And I think that this is because of all of the, all the devices that we have to use, it seems, that we all have to use, it seems, these days. And then you can release, relax. And go ahead and take your one hand, and just gently pull the fingers towards the elbow here, just on both sides, just a few times. And then shake your wrists. Well, shake your palms and your fingers to like open up the wrist. Okay. Then from here, you can sit with your legs however you want. Maybe you want to sit like this, just if you haven't sat this way yet, just as a variation. Take your hands in front of you here. Interlace your fingers at the base of the fingers. Press the palms forward. Look eye level in front of you, and take your arms up overhead. So best you can, take your upper arms and align them with your ears. Try not to let the back waist move forward, even if you're late in pregnancy. You have that lumbar curve in your body for pregnancy, but it doesn't have to increase as you begin to move and open up in these poses. If you keep the low back in more or less the neutral position, then you have more of an opportunity to open your chest and your upper back. So straight arms the best you can. Extend your palms upwards towards the ceiling. Descend your shoulders and your shoulder blades down your back and lift the rib cage and the chest upwards. Breathe normally. And then take an inhalation through your nose. Then exhale out the mouth with a ha and let go of your hands. Stretch your arms wide and all the way down. And let your arms just hang from the shoulders. Lift the chest. Okay, then just the other side, go ahead and interlace your fingers so the other pinky is on the outside. Press the palms forward. If this is too much for you, you can take the position where your hands are pulled apart. You could even turn your upper arms from the inside towards the outside and go up like we did earlier. Otherwise, fingers are interlaced and go up. Look forward in front of you, look eye level. Now, stretch your armpits, stretch the upper arms, stretch the forearms. See if you can get your arms to be longer, or at least think about the arms, feel the arms, and let them lengthen. And at the same time, you want to draw your shoulder blades down your back and lift the torso upright from bottom to top. And then also let the buttocks descend, let the legs descend. Breathe normally, breathe freely, right? Don't hold the breath, don't grip the throat. In fact, try to soften the facial muscles, but keep lengthening the arms and adjusting the shoulders downwards, mostly down with the shoulders because they want to lift up. And then inhale through the nose and exhale the ha. This time, take your hands, palms down on your legs, whatever position your legs are in. Close your eyes. Observe your breath. Relax. You can open your eyes. From here, if you're sitting like I'm sitting, just remove whatever is you're sitting on and come so that you're sitting like this. So if you were sitting on your heels, all you have to do is drop down to one buttocks. But if not, if you weren't sitting that way, you could just stretch your legs out in front and then swing them over to one side. Be relaxed here. And then, actually, I'm going to take a little sip of drink. I'm hoping that if you like to also have a drink, you do that now, and hopefully it's nearby so you could be comfortable and have a little sip. I think you can hear me drinking with these headphones on, but I'm swallowing. Okay, so the knees are a little bit forward. They can be wide apart, especially if you're later in pregnancy. The belly is to be soft and open and broad. Sit tall, so try to extend the torso. Keep your chest open and broad, and then take one hand behind you, the one that's, you're going to turn towards the direction of your hand is behind you. So this is my left. So my left hand is behind me. I'm actually on my fingertips, but behind me. And I'm on my fingertips so I can get more height in my torso, and then I'm going to turn towards the left. This right hand here can just press into the right thigh to help me turn my body more towards the left. Turn your neck and head and look left. Lift your chest. And then if it's okay on your neck, go ahead and look up towards the ceiling or the sky. Open your chest and turn to the left or turn to the side you're working with. Breathe normally and then go ahead and come all the way around and out. You could stretch your legs out in front, then sweep them over to the other side, or you could sit up on your heels for a moment and then go to the other side. One hand behind you. If you have a block, you could take your hand up on the block. That makes it a little easier. You could press your palm down. The idea with the block behind you or being on your fingertips behind you is to keep the torso long and lengthy, more upright. You don't want to be compressing in the spine or compressing in the torso as you twist. So being tall and upright. When you're ready, you begin to turn the lower body, then the middle, then the upper body, and then your neck and head around to the side you're working on. You can push well, for me, it's the left hand into the left thigh. You could even take your left hand to the right thigh. I can say that the other side, but you could do that as long as you have room. Whatever is the best leverage. You want to keep your chest, your collarbones broad and open, not closed off. So if taking your left hand to that right leg closes off your chest, don't do it. Just keep turning the trunk. And then lift your head, look up, lift your chest as you look up, opening into a back bend a bit in the upper back as you twist and turn around to the space behind you, breathing normally. And then go ahead, release, come all the way around and all the way out. And this time, stretch your legs out in front of you. Even if you didn't do that the other side, stretch them out in front of you and you can point and flex. Then right away, come around, or as soon as you can, onto your hands and knees. Turn the fingers a little bit out, pull the fingers apart, like downward dog, but you're not going to do downward dog. Straight arms, lift the rib cage and the chest. And then go ahead and round into the cat pose, and then look up, lift your chest into the cow pose. So keep the arms straight the whole time and try to have the movement come mostly from the mid and upper torso, not so much from the back waist or the lumbar. That area is going to move anyway. Try to lengthen the front of the body when you're looking up and feel the back of the body as you're looking in. And then just come to neutral. Separate your knees, big toes can touch. Sit back on your heels or take your blankets or your pillows under your buttocks. And then extend your arms forward, and you could use a blanket or a bolster or a block if you need to. And rest your head and let your arms be over the top of your head with the forearms on the ground, and just rest here so that you're calm and relaxed, taking it easy today, letting the shoulders gently open here as the arms are overhead and on the ground. Let your head rest. Then to come out, take your hands to the floor by your knees and use some arm strength to lift yourself up into sitting. And you can remove the props that were on your that are either you're sitting on or that are on your mat, and come all the way up to standing. I hope you can see. I think you can see all of me. From here, come to standing and adjust yourself so that your toes are pointing outwards and your feet are a little wider than hip distance. And then from here, extend your arms overhead so that in some ways you're making kind of like this X shape with your arms and your legs extending. And then from here, draw your palms together up down the front of your body as you bend your legs. And then when you inhale, come on up and extend over to one side. And then you can exhale back down here. And then inhaling over to the other side. And then exhaling back down. And inhaling, arms straight up. Then exhaling, palms together, coming down. Then over to one side. So just keep moving. You can follow along. Press your feet into the floor the whole time. And when you come over to one side, press the feet into the floor more as you lift up and out. Feeling the legs doing a lot of the work, but also letting the arms, just the fact that the arms are going overhead, reaching, that it's keeping length in the torso. And you can just keep breathing with the movement. Like earlier, it doesn't really matter if you're inhaling when you're going up or going down. What matters here is that you're breathing with the movement. Just a few more. And you can go at whatever pace once you get the general idea of the movement that we're doing. You can adjust your footing if you need to. And then finishing up by going to one side and then the other.
Turn your toes forward when you're done and walk your feet in. And then I'm going to remove this cloth off my mat so I don't slip. And then come to a spot with your mat at the wall. And when you come here, you're going to stand with your feet hip distance apart, toes pointing forward, and then extend your arms out in front of you from shoulder height. And so that my arms are extending and I'm reaching my fingers, and be just a little bit away from the wall. So if I keep my shoulders up over my pelvis and I extend my arms, I'm not quite touching the wall. That's generally a pretty good position. Keep your feet just where they are. Keep your legs long and active. And then take your fingertips to the wall. Keep your feet where they are. And then adjust so that your forearms are on the wall and your palms, feet stay exactly where they were. So you're leaning forward a little bit. And your hands are coming just out from the shoulder area, like the armpit shoulder area, the outside of the shoulder is where your elbows are aligned, and your forearms and palms and fingers are all at the wall. Then from here, press the balls of the feet and your heels into the floor evenly and equally. Try to lift the arches of your feet, engage the muscles in your legs, and a little bit you can elongate the back waist over your buttocks, and your buttocks is a little bit dropping down towards the heels, just a little bit. And then when you do that, you can lift in the front of the body from the pubic bone towards the collarbones. So you're long in the front of the body. Pull your shoulders down your back. You could even act a little bit like you're pulling the palms and the forearms down the wall like this. You're not really keeping them in that one spot, but the action of the arms is as if they're pulling down the wall as you lift your chest, as you keep your legs active, as you keep your feet stable there. And then from here, you can take your left arm off the wall and just draw it out to the side as you turn a little bit towards the left, and then bring it back to the wall. Then you could go to the right. Oh, my mat's slipping. To the right, and then come back. So it's a little bit like plank pose. Try not to grip your belly hard if you're pregnant. Even for fertility, I don't like you to grip your belly hard, but keep length in the front of the body and firmness in your legs. And just keep moving. You can go slow, trying to keep the upper arm and elbow the height of the shoulder as you turn gently, or maybe not so gently, from side to side. It can be pretty intense. And then maybe one more on each side. It's funny, my mat is moving because the floor here is brick, so it slips. I don't know. I didn't quite realize that. Okay, so then back, finishing up, then walk your feet in. Finishing up when you're even on both sides. Walk your feet in a little bit. You can release your arms and let your forehead rest on the wall. Feet just far enough away from the wall that you could not bump your belly if you're pregnant, and that you're able to lean into the wall without anything else touching the wall. Breathe normally. Okay, then you can use your hands to help you lift your head off the wall. I'm just going to move my mat to the wall. Hopefully it won't slip. So here's another one to do with the wall. So you're standing close to the wall. You're not touching the wall, but you're close to the wall. Press the balls of the feet and the heels down and stand tall. That means long legs and a lift in your trunk. And then take your hands to the wall so that your fingertips are the same height as your shoulders. And your hands are like a little wider than your shoulders. And then push your hands into the wall and come forward into a forward bend. From here, lengthen your arms. So focus your attention on your arms a little bit right now and let your arms be longer and longer and longer. Push your palms and your fingers into the wall and spread your fingers more so that you can use the muscles in your fingers and also spread the palms by spreading your fingers. And then press your feet into the ground, engage the muscles in your legs, turn your thighs inward, and draw your pelvis away from the wall. Crown of the head is moving towards the wall, the back of your buttocks is moving away from the wall, and keep your ears aligned with your upper arms. Breathe normally. Okay, and then bend your legs and walk in. So from here, go ahead and turn your hands out to the sides the best you can, still shoulder width, and then walk your feet away. Same pose, different position with the hands. Feet hip distance apart. Press the balls of the feet and the heels down. Lengthen the legs. And adjust your feet if you need to so that your feet stay underneath your pelvis. Push the wall away with your arm strength and your hands. Pull the fingers apart and draw the shoulders and the shoulder blades towards your back waist. Rotate the thighs inward and let the belly soften. Let the belly soften, but keep the legs active so that your low back stays long and there's no ache or pain in the low back. Push the floor with your feet, but I wanted to say push your hands into the wall more. That'll help you relax your belly without straining the low back. Then bend your legs and walk in towards the wall. And then this time, so you're near the wall, hands would be height so that the fingertips are the height of the shoulders, but then turn the palms inward and walk away any amount you can. It may not be as deep, maybe your arms aren't as straight, but best you can. Press the palms, press the fingers, lengthen the arms, engage the muscles of your legs, lifting the kneecaps by engaging the quadricep muscles, rotate your thighs inward, any amount. Don't let your hands slide down the wall. Pull the fingers apart. You can look at your hands, make sure you're doing that. Draw your thumbs towards the floor. And breathe normally. Then bend your legs and walk in. This time, best you can, walk your hands down the wall a little bit so your fingers could face the floor. Be here. So any height you need to take. Pull your fingers apart. Maybe the palms aren't perfectly pressing into the wall. That would be okay. And then take your time, walk away. Adjusting your footing, so more or less the feet are under the pelvis. Push the palms, the fingers into the wall, straighten the arms, come into this forward bend. Good. Then from here, bend your legs and walk in. And just for a few moments, rest your forehead at the wall. Let your arms hang at your sides. You can shake your hands a little bit, release the wrists, and rest. Okay. So from here, come away from the wall. Come down. You don't have to have your mat at the wall, but you can. And if you would like, you can take the block to the wall here on the low height. If you don't have a block, it's also okay. But if you have the block, you're going to take downward dog. You're going to pull your fingers apart, like we've been doing, but let the thumb on each hand just touch the corner of the block. So that's really just to have your thumbs press into something a little bit, but also to have your thumbs kind of reaching for each other. So if you don't have the block, it'd be something like this, where your fingers are turned out to the sides and your thumbs are kind of reaching towards each other. I think you can see that. I'm just doing that here, using the edges of the block as my markers. Tuck your toes under, press the palms down, lengthen your arms. And then as you're ready, come up and back into downward dog. Press the palms into the ground, press the fingers into the ground, lengthen the arms. See if you can get the arms to be longer. And then adjust your footing so that your feet are as wide as your mat. And then engage the muscles of your legs more. Try to lengthen your legs now, just like you're trying to lengthen your arms. Rotate your thighs inward. Best you can, let your belly be soft. Soft belly. You could even breathe in and out of the belly like we were doing earlier. The area between the navel and the pubic bone. Breathe there. Straighten the arms and the legs. Work the muscles in those limbs. And then lift the shoulders towards your back waist so that you're keeping your upper back, your shoulders broad as you draw the shoulder blades towards your back waist. And then you could move the shoulder blades in towards the front of the body, towards the chest. the chest. It's in the front, right? The shoulder blades are behind the breast. Then go ahead, you can bend your legs. Sit back on your heels or put a cloth between your buttocks and your heels. You can use, if you have the block, you can use it under your head or take some cloth. Arms overhead, elbows to palms on the ground. Rest here. Then use your hands on the floor to help you, or an arm strength to help you lift up. Come up to standing. You can use a wall for this next one or not. I'll show both ways. And if you have a block, put it behind you on the right. This is also my right. Walk your feet wide. Stand tall. So feet are wide. Then turn the toes to the right, which is where the wall is. Extend your arms up. And then from here, bend the forward leg. Maybe touch the wall if your fingertips, if the wall's there. If there's no wall, it's also fine. Pull your hands away from each other. Stretch your arms. Straighten the back leg, bend the forward leg. Then extend over. Take your hand to the block behind the bent leg. The other arm at first just straight up from the lower arm. So now you have the left leg straight. If you're doing the side I am, left leg is straight, forward leg, right leg is bent, the right knee and ankle are aligned. You're pulling your arms away from each other and extending your torso away from the left leg. So I'm opening my chest towards the wall here. Then if you have a wall, say like this if you don't have a wall. If you have a wall, turn the left arm so the palm faces the wall and then go way up over your head, press your fingertips into the wall. So the benefit of the wall here is there's some resistance. You're extending your left arm, pressing your fingertips into the wall and drawing your left leg away from the wall at the same time. This feels really good on the low back. Bend the forward leg, turn the torso from right to left and look up on the inside of the left arm. Or if you're not using the wall, you're just looking up towards the ceiling to the left. You can lower the block underneath your right hand if you want. Pull the shoulders down your back, reach way up with your left fingertips, push your fingertips into the wall, turn the torso towards the ceiling. To come out of this, press down through your feet, inhale, come all the way up, feet forward. Then you can walk your feet in. And right away, come to the other side. I'm going to do the other side, still using the wall just so you can see the back side of me. But again, you don't have to use the wall. So wide footing. Stand tall, be upright in the trunk, then turn the toes towards the left. Keep your legs straight as you raise your arms up. Then bend the forward leg. And again, if the wall's there, you're kind of pushing your fingertips into the wall, reaching your hands away from one another anyway, whether there's a wall there or not. Lift the ribcage and the chest, be very upright. And don't lean towards the left leg, but bend the left leg. Then from here, take your left hand to the block, pull the right arm up from the left. So straighten the right leg, even from the low back on the right side, you're extending over the right buttock cheek, out through the right leg, press the outer right foot into the floor, bend the left leg more. Pull the arms apart, opening your chest, then stay here or turn the left arm so that the left palm faces the wall and go way up and over your head, fingertips push into the wall. Straighten the right leg, straighten the right arm, should feel great in the low back on the right side. And then turn the torso from left to right. Turn your neck and head. Press the left foot into the floor. Pull the shoulders down your back. Maybe you have to bend the left arm or lower the block. Turn the torso. Straighten the back leg, turn the torso. The right leg and the right arm moving away from each other, opening the side of the trunk more. So good for us. Press down through your feet. Inhale, come up and out. Then feet forward. You can heel toe your feet in, coming back around. And then it's going to keep moving. Come down. So you can do this away from the wall. I'm going to show you at the wall because it's really restful at the wall. And I wanted you to experience as much as possible today, a sense of ease and rest, even as we also work in some of the poses muscularly. You could use a bolster. if you have one. Or I've just taken 2 blocks, stacked them, and then I'm putting a blanket on top. So you want some good height here and near the wall. Then you're going to sit on your props, leaning back into the wall. So if you don't have a wall, you can do it in the middle of the room, but it's just a little softer at the wall. Then the soles of the feet together, or Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. As you have the feet together, let the legs totally relax. At the wall, the back of the body, and then the head touching the wall. Hands, palms down over the legs, or they could be palms up. Both ways are fine. You could experiment with what feels better to you right now. Better being you feel more grounded, more safe, more open, more comfortable. Lift the crown of the head, let the chin drop a little. You can close your eyes or have them partially closed. Let the legs relax. Now, as you begin to relax, if you notice, especially if you're pregnant and especially if you're late in pregnancy, excuse me, if you feel like some kind of strain in the upper inner thigh, the groin area, or it just doesn't feel totally relaxing in the hip or the upper thigh region, you could take a block and put it underneath your leg. You could take a bolster, you could take blankets, something so that your legs aren't allowed actually to fall as open as they can be. With gravity is helping the legs open a lot. The looseness of pregnancy, the hormonal shift that makes you loose, maybe it's too deep for you right now. So you need to have some kind of prop. Blocks kind of are a little sharp, so you could take blankets, or here's a blanket on top of the block, so that the legs are propped up, and then you rest here. You can gently observe your breath. Be aware of the outline shape of your body right now. And you could be aware of that outline shape and then what's within the outline shape. So that's you, and also you and your baby for pregnancy. Let your belly relax and be soft. If you'd like to take your hands to your belly, or maybe one hand to your heart or your chest area. If you like, if you're either early in pregnancy or working with fertility, you could take your pointer and thumbs together. So you're making like an upside down triangle. The other fingers are just there, comfortably in alignment. Then you take this so that the thumbs are touching the navel, and your fingertips are basically touching the pubic bone, or very near there. So you could also do this position. You're certainly welcome to do this if you're pregnant. It's just that if you're big at all, if you're beyond first trimester much at all, it's the alignment's not going to be like that. But you can certainly do this, certainly. Otherwise, the thumb tips are basically at the navel, fingertips at the pubic bone. Can relax and breathe. You can stay as you are. You could adjust your hand position if you want. You also can come out of the pose. And if you do that, if your legs are bent, as I mentioned, to be in the pose, if they're still like this, take your hands on the outer legs and lift them up.
and come around. You could stay in that pose, however, if it feels best. But otherwise, come around and adjust so that you can lie on your back in some way that's comfortable for you. So it could be, especially if you're in your mid second trimester or third trimester, you're going to need to lay up on a bolster or a stack of blankets. So I'm just going to show with a stack of blankets that I have here in the house. It's just like some normal blankets from the beds. And you could adjust your legs however you want that's comfortable for you after you have some good amount of height. The bolster works well, and you have those things, you know, more than just this. I'm just showing in a super simple way here with some household items. Then one blanket across here so that you have something for your head. And then you could take, sitting close to the props, not touching them but close, you could take your legs again in that Baddha Konasana position. And this time you definitely would need to have something under your thighs or under the legs there so they're not falling towards the floor as much as they want with gravity. And then hands behind you and extend the torso. And with extension, you lay back, extending over the props, making sure that the neck is long here and back and that the back of the skull is supported on a little bit higher height so that your chin is basically neutral, that you're definitely not lifting your chin upwards towards the ceiling, that the height behind your head has to be high enough that the back of your neck can be long and the chin and the jaw is kind of in neutral. So your legs could be in this position. They could also be straight or some other position. Turn your arms, the upper arms, from the inside towards the outside so the palms are facing up, and relax here. Be comfortable. Let yourself rest. Notice the shoulders. Let the shoulders drop into the cloth more and towards the floor. We did many things to open up the shoulders, the upper back. So now let the chest feel open and lifted, even because of the props on the back side of you, but let the shoulders descend. And if you were comfortable sitting up at the wall and you are still there, lean back into the wall. Keep your chest open, but lean back and relax. Observe your breathing and just let your breath come and go at its own pace. Maybe you're breathing low in the belly. Maybe you're breathing long and slow. Allow the breath to do what it naturally wants to do right now and allow your mind to observe it as you relax the body. You are welcome to stay in the position that you're in and be here for as long as you want, relaxing and letting go and feeling supported by the practice of yoga and mindfulness, being aware of yourself, your life, of your baby, being in the present. That's the mindfulness practice. I'm going to come out of the pose and end the class, but you're welcome to stay in your position. If you're lying on your side, when it's time to come out, either now or later, roll to one side. Rolling to your right can be good, but you can use your intuition. Use your arms to help you lift up to sitting. When you come all the way to sitting, sit so that your spine can be long and upright and that you're even, best you can, in your body from one side to the other. And this is the end of the practice at this time. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I hope you sleep well tonight. Namaste.